Hey guys, it's Keena. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Keena Moffitt. I am a master herbalist as well as a nutrition coach for your health and wellness. Today, we are going to be talking all things arthritis. Ooh, child. I have had arthritis, osteoarthritis, since I was 15 years old. And when I was younger, it didn't even hurt. It just sounded funny and it was a cool thing to do in front of my friends. Now that I'm getting older, it actually hurts and my hands really bother me. So I use a lot of these herbs myself and I'm really hoping that they will help you today. I'm going to be giving you guys 5 herbs that are, 2 of them will be for osteoarthritis, which is the most common form of arthritis. And then I'll give you a few specifically for rheumatoid arthritis, only because rheumatoid arthritis is autoimmune. So it'll be herbs that are great for joint discomfort and joint health and things like that, but also are what we call alterative, meaning that they can alter the state of your human organism. And typically, if we're dealing with immune-based issues and concerns, having a plant that is alterative as well as being able to specifically tackle whatever our issue is really going to be a good combination. So you can use any of these 5 really for osteoarthritis, but the last 3 are going to be really targeted for my folks who are dealing with the discomfort of rheumatoid arthritis. So the first herb that we're going to be going over is crazy long name, so bear with me. It's see, I can't even say it, y'all. Harpagophytum procumbens. Lord help us all. But that is devil's claw. Now remember when I first heard that, I was like, devil, child, I ain't taking nothing with the devil in it, but it's fine. It's just the name, because if you see it, the root or the plant, it looks like this, like a claw coming out of the ground, and it's black. So I guess somebody decided that that seemed like the right choice for that plant. So devil's claw. Now on this plant, we're going to be using the rhizome or the root of it. That is the part that actually is going to have the things in it that we need for alleviation. And it's great. It's anti-rheumatic, which is a nice fancy word for decreases any arthritis or any rheumatism in the body. It's also anti-inflammatory, and any of us who have arthritis know that it's inflammation, right, in those joints. So we want something that's bringing that inflammation down, and it's going to be great for that. It has no known contraindications. It's considered safe for everyone. So you gotta love that, right? And then if you want to do dosing, if you want a tincture, it's 1 to 2 milliliters of tincture up to 3 times a day, which is about 1/4 to 1/2 of a teaspoon. And if you're gonna do it in like decoction form, or if you powder it down, you want to do it in tea form, then that's just going to be 1 teaspoon per cup of hot water. All right, on to the next one. Okay, number 2. This is one that is so good for so many things, but it is nasty, but it's so good for you. And it's Semifusia racemosa, which is, again, another word. It's Latin for the plant black cohosh, and you might have heard of black cohosh because it's really good for a lot of things. But for us, it's anti-rheumatic, which we need. It's anti-inflammatory, which we need. It's alterative, which we talked about, that is really important for folks with the rheumatoid arthritis, and it's hypotensive. So if you also have high blood pressure, then kind of like a one-stop shop herb for you, and you're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So who doesn't like that? You cannot take black cohosh if you are pregnant. So I'm sorry if you're dealing with some arthritis pain and inflammation and you're pregnant. You cannot take it unless you actually are trying to make yourself go actively in labor. It is a natural option for that. So if you are already 9 months, child, and you like, I'm ready for this baby to come on out, then you actually can take some black cohosh safely, and it can also help induce labor. So that's why we don't take it if we're pregnant, because we don't want to induce labor before it's time to induce labor. All right. The dosage on that black cohosh is going to be 2 to 4 milliliters up to 3 times a day. So that's going to be about 1/2 teaspoon to a teaspoon. And then if you're going to do it in a decoction where we boil it and let it simmer for 20 minutes, then it's going to, you can take half to 1 teaspoon of the herb per cup of hot water. So that's it, black cohosh. Okay, number 3, Trifoliata. big old mouthful again. And that one is gonna be your bug bean or buck bean. You'll see it in 2 different ways, like on Amazon and maybe online or something like that. But we're going to be using the leaf of that plant, so that means you'll be able to use it in teas and everything. So even though the name has bean in it, it's not a bean. Don't let anybody sell you a bean. Okay, no magic beans. It is a leaf. So that's what you're going to be looking for. And this one is just anti-rheumatic. It's really, really good for joint discomfort and pain. So it's just really, really well tolerated for both osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Although if you take it in too high of a dose, then it can cause some gastrointestinal discomfort. So we're talking vomiting, diarrhea, stomach cramps, things like that. And we don't want that. So make sure you only take the dose that I'm gonna tell you is safe to take. And that's gonna be 1 to 4 milliliters. So we're talking about a 1/4 teaspoon up to a teaspoon, up to 3 times a day. Or if you're gonna be doing it in a tea form or infusion, then it's gonna be 1 to 2 teaspoons of the leaf per cup of hot water. Okay, we're getting there. Number 4 on our list of arthritis helping relieving herbs is going to be Arcticum Lapa. And that is just the Latin term for burdock. And or you hear us say burdock root because you use the root or the rhizome. We're getting it. But sometimes you can use the leaf as well. But usually roots and rhizomes of burdock. And it's just really great. It is an alterative. So it's not necessarily anti-rheumatic, but it's an alterative in and of itself, meaning it can alter or change positively, obviously, the state of our biome of our body. So it's really good for those people with the rheumatoid arthritis, but you can take it for anything, but take that burdock in combination with one of the anti-rheumatics and oh my gosh, you should be feeling much better. Only thing about it is that the only caution is that it's part of that Asteraceae plant family that we've kind of talked about in the past, and other plants like yarrow and stuff like that. So if you're allergic to Asteraceae, unfortunately you cannot take burdock root and you just have to find a different alternative. If you need that, just leave me a comment or something like that and I will give you some options that are not Asteraceae that are still alternative. Other than that, it is regarded as safe for everyone. If you're going to take it in tincture form, then you're going to need 2 to 4 milliliters up to 3 times a day, and 2 to 4 milliliters is about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. And then if you're going to take it in tea, then you can do that with 1 teaspoon. But like I said, per cup of hot water. But like I said, that is a root or a rhizome, so it's hardier. So then we'll need to do that decoction where you boil or simmer it for 20 minutes, not just do it like a tea where you pour the hot water and wait. So just know that, but it's a great option for you. Okay, last but not least, number 5 is Ascoria. Why did I say it like that? Okay. But anyway, Ascoria villosa, and that is wild yam. Now, wild yam is another one that has really, really great properties outside of arthritis, but it is really, really great for arthritis as well. It's anti-inflammatory and anti-rheumatic. And this is another plant where we're going to use the underground parts. So roots, rhizomes, things of that nature. Don't let anybody sell you like a wild yam leaf, because that's not what you want. You need those roots, you need those rhizomes to actually have the properties in it that's going to actually help you with that arthritic pain. So that's something that you want to pay attention to. I love wild yam because, I mean, it's a vegetable if you actually eat it, right? But it has no known contraindications. It is safe for everyone to take, so that is amazing. We always want to hear that because, you know, it needs to be easier to get to. I recommend it in tincture form. And if you do that, it's 2 to 4 milliliters up to 3 times a day. So that's that half teaspoon up to 1 teaspoon 3 times a day. And if you're gonna make that decoction, because remember, it's hardy, it's a root or a rhizome, and you're gonna go ahead and simmer it for those 20 minutes, big ups to you. But if you do that, then you only wanna be taking 1 to 2 teaspoons of those roots and rhizomes per cup of boiling water. So that's it. That's all 5. That's our 5 arthritis herbal recommendations. Like I said, I know there's a ton of different kinds of arthritis. There's psoriatic, and then there's lupus and gout and all these different things. But like I said, the most common are osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. So I really wanted to give you guys some options for those. And it's not that those herbs wouldn't work for those other kinds. It's just that I really wanted to focus on those top 2 kinds. I really hope that they bring you some relief. Let me know in the comments if you've tried those before, if they've worked or they've not worked for you, or if you've tried something completely different outside of those 5 and they're helping you. Help the folks in the comments. We're a community of wellness here. So we want to make sure that everybody feels good, because health is wealth. All right, guys, I will see y'all next time. Bye.